my channel. So today I'm going to go through my monthly wrap up, my beauty monthly wrap up. I usually go through all of the beauty items that I have purchased this month. And that's mostly, I dive into the actual makeup, not necessarily skincare. I did buy quite a lot this month, so it's going to be quite a big haul to go through. So if you are on a low buy and a no buy and it's going to trigger anything in you, I appreciate you might not want to watch this video. But I also go through any eyeshadow pans that I've hit, or like makeup pans that I've hit this month, any makeup items that I finished this month. I did do an empties video. That was the last video that was posted on my channel, and that went through skincare, you know, hair care and makeup. So if you've seen that, you would have seen what I'm going to show you today, but I'm only just going to go through the makeup items themselves, which I think is just 2 items. And I also go through a little bit of stats, you know, like how many eyeshadow pans do I have in my collection, you know, my pan percentage, and things like that. I haven't changed anything up there. I usually go through, you know, like favorite makeup products that I've tried this month, and then I dive into any music that I've listened to that's worth talking about, or any movies that I've seen. I do that towards the end of the video because obviously not everyone's going to care about those things. So quite a lot to talk through. I'm going to go through all of the new makeup items because it's all in front of me and I can't do anything while it's right here. So let's go through all of that first, and then we'll go through everything else. Okay, so I did do a get ready with me, and I did a first impressions with a lot of this makeup because I did do quite a big order from Stylevana. This one was not one that I was gifted. All the previous times that I have kind of mentioned Stylevana products, I've been gifted those items. And these ones are just items that I decided to buy myself because they've only ever really given me skincare, and I wanted to try some K-beauty makeup items. So I did do quite a big order. This was back in the beginning of April, and I only just got it mid-May. So I posted that video and you would have seen it if you've seen it. But I did end up getting the Misha cushion. This is the Magic Cushion Cover Lasting Foundation, and I tried it in that video. I haven't tried it since, but actually I thought it was a good shade match. I am getting a little bit tanner, so I don't know if it's going to be just one that I use towards the winter time, but still it was fine. I did mention in my video it felt a little bit drying, but actually as I wore it during the day it didn't feel drying at all, but it was just a first day and first impression, so we'll see. But a lot of you mentioned that I should use less product next time, which I absolutely will. I also picked up 2 items from, actually 3 items from Same. I picked up 2 of these little compacts. This one I used as a bronzer. I don't know what shade this is. It's just one of their single blushers, but it was like a bronzer slash sort of contour shade. So I picked that one up, but I also picked this one up as well, which is a gorgeous bright orange blush. This one is super pigmented. I did try these in that video as well, so you probably saw that if you saw it. And this is the 3rd item that I got from Same, which is just a little pot concealer. Not really used pot concealers before. I've used this actually since that video, and I quite enjoy this. So I think it has good coverage. So far so good. This one I did not try. I just didn't have enough faces to try. This is the BB cream from Perito. It's the Sicca clearing BB cream. I'm definitely going to want to try this in my next Shop My Stash. Just I had already pulled some items from my Shop My Stash, some new items from my Shop My Stash, and then I had these new ones, and I didn't want to do all at once. It was a little bit too much. Okay, not in the same haul, so this is a little bit all over the place, but I did end up buying some items just in my local mall, and I got the NYX Marshmallow Primer. Just seen loads of people love this, so I thought, okay, fine, I'll get it. I am a sucker for buying primers. Whether I need them or not, that's a different story. This is so sweet smelling. I don't mind it. I don't know really what it does. I would have to really look it up. It says use alone or with foundation. I don't know. I don't really know what it does to my skin, but it smells like just sweetness. It's lovely. It smells nice. I also got this one, another primer. This is the NYX Freezy Face. I'm wearing this today. I've worn it a few times. It is currently in my Shop My Stash. This one is weird. It's such a weird texture. and I don't know when you would actually want to use this. So I need to kind of look up and do some research, because I bought this on a whim. I had wanted to try it for whatever reason. It was like on my radar anyway, and I saw it in the store and I was like, fine, I will buy it. But now that I have it, I do put it on and it really does make my face feel refreshed, because it has almost like a minting, refreshing feeling. It doesn't really tingle or anything, but I don't really know what it does. It has niacinamide snow mushroom. So I know my skin loves niacinamide. Snow mushroom, haven't got a clue what that does to the skin, but maybe it's just a really nice skin sort of primer. I don't know. Anyway, back to my K-Beauty haul. I did try this palette from the brand Romand. So in my video I said Rom and ND, but it's actually Romand. That's how I think that's how you say it. I saw one girl say it differently to me, so hopefully I'm saying it right now. This is just a cute little how many is this? 10 pan eyeshadow palette. This one is called Mahogany Garden, and there were so many different colors, and I just thought, well, maybe I should just go for neutral. I think maybe that would be just a little bit better, because I'm just gonna get like a bright green or a bright blue, and there's tons of mattes. I probably won't use those shades, but if it's like a neutral with a bunch of mattes, most likely I will use those shades. So I'm glad that I got this in that respect, but actually I'm not glad that I got this, because I tried this in my first impressions get ready with me, and I did not think it was very good. The shimmer quality just isn't on par with what I have in my collection already, and considering this is quite, I would say, a more expensive item than you get two glitters in here, and it's just mostly matte, and the mattes actually performed fine. I didn't really have any issues. I do think they probably won't last, and they probably will blend away quite fast, and they're not going to work for every skin tone, obviously. So there's tons of limitations to this palette. But I wanted to try some K-Beauty eyeshadow, and I'm not going to get rid of the palette at all, because I just don't like doing that with new products. So I'll see how much use I can get out of it. It's fine. I will put my money's worth into it, but it was a bad purchase of mine. Something that I did like though, this one I got at my local mall. This is from Makeup Factory, and it is the Gold Selection palette. They did have a lot. I'm sure they have some still in store. This is the gold one, but it's actually just very neutral palette. I don't really find these shades to be too gold. They're more like a browny gold, and just, yeah, not in your face, very cool tone. And actually I thought the texture of these shimmers were beautiful. So I did try a couple of these shades in that get ready with me video, and I actually am really excited to go back into this palette at some point. It's a nice little travel palette. That's kind of all it's going to be for me, but you know what, I don't mind as long as I like the quality. That's fine. If I like the Romand quality, I would have loved that palette, because as boring as it is, I would have got more use out of it. But considering that the quality is not that good, I'm just like, it's kind of annoying. Okay, I did get quite a bit of lip products. I got 3 of these. These ones are all from Etude. So they're the fixing, I can't exactly recall what they are, but they're like fixing liquid lips or something like that. And so they have different shade names, but I got rid of the packaging, so I don't have the shade names anymore unless it's on the side here. Oh yeah, this one is Woody Pink. So this one I have not tried, but these 2 I have tried actually this month. So with my Shop My Stash, every month I just pull lip products, and then I end up just like putting them in a little bin over here, just so I know what products I've used. And I definitely have used these a couple of times this month already. So I have been playing around. This one's called Coral Breeze, and I think I've used this twice. I knew that I was gonna like this one. I've used it twice. In my video I've used this one, which is called Salmon Brick. Still beautiful color, just a little bit deeper, but they're like in that sort of peachy realm, and I love products, like lip products that are like that. In terms of mauve lip products, I'm not a huge fan, so this was a little bit a shot in the dark. I think I got all 3 of them though in a bundle. That's why there's all, actually maybe I didn't, I don't know, but I have yet to put this one on the lips. But I felt like these were really fast drying and very lightweight on the lips, and obviously I've been enjoying them. I've been using them this month, so I have been enjoying that. Other lip product that I got is from Desic. I have not put this on yet, I've just swatched it. This one, does it have a name? No, it doesn't have a name. I got rid of the packaging. Oh well, it's just number 3. I don't remember what the name was, but very, very cute. It's kind of like a pinky mauve. So we'll see. It's kind of like liquid lip as well, but it's supposed to be a stain. I also got these 2 lip products. One of them I've used. Yeah, one of them I've used already, which is this one. This one's called, I think it's called Naked. Again, I don't have the packaging, and these don't have the shade names, which is really annoying. These are from Makeup Factory. I got these same time I got the other palette, and this one is just a really beautiful, like, nude tone shade. Absolutely perfect for me, and I really like wearing those colors. But then I got this one as well, and I think this is called Tropical Orange. I just couldn't resist. It's gorgeous. I know people don't like wearing orange lipsticks, but I think I get it from my mother because she has worn lipstick, orange lipstick my whole life, and I think her whole life too. I've never seen her in a different color. It's always like a bright orange, and so it's not alien to me because that's literally all the makeup that I would play with as a little girl, and I think I have a lot of her colorings. I kind of look like her, so you know, it makes sense that I would like lipstick that she likes too, because we just kind of like the same. So. Okay, I also got this one. This is the NYX Bear With Me Blur Foundation. I've been wanting to try this for ages, so I did pick it up. It's currently in my Shop My Stash. So yeah, quite a few complexion products that I have recently picked up, which is not the best, but you know, I'm working through things, and we still have my project pan coming up, so I feel like I've done a pretty decent job. And you know what, it doesn't matter as long as I'm using my makeup. It's all that matters, and it's making me happy. So anyway, this one I have enjoyed. I feel like you get hardly any product, so I have actually kind of stayed away from it a little bit this month, and I've been working on a couple of project pan items because I feel like if I just use this all month long, which was my plan and goal, I feel like I would just get through it so fast. There's 30 ml, which is the same amount as you would get on other foundations, but it just feels like the product is going really fast, and I do not use a lot. But the finish is really nice. I really do like it, and I'm glad that I bought it. So okay, and then we have this one, which I have tried a couple times now. This is the Thick It Stick It brow mascara. I have not done anything with my brows today, so they're looking a little bit messy, but I did wear this. I tried it in my first impressions, and I also had it on for my empties video that I just posted, and I really hated the way they looked in that video. I'm not used to the look, so I don't know. I don't know how to make this work for me. I'm gonna keep trying. I think once I need to like put my eyebrows and like reshape them a little bit. Once I do that, maybe this will make a little bit more sense. But while my eyebrows are already quite bushy, this just makes them look bushier, and it doesn't tidy them up a little at all. And I would much rather just have them tidied up a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I also have a mascara here. This is from Misha. This is the 4D mascara. This one I did try on in my first impression, so I've been mixing between this one and my MAC Tastic mascara because that one I've had open for a few months now. So once that one's done, I already have this one that I'm working on. This is nice. The wand is nice thin. I do like thin mascara wands. I did try this again, and I do feel like my lashes do get length from it, but definitely don't get the 4D effect. They do not volumize at all, but we'll see. It might get better over time. And then I think finally, but honestly, if I have forgotten anything, I really do apologize because I did buy quite a lot, and I could have missed something in this video. But I did pick up 2 palettes from Gloss Gods, which you would have seen. I did post a video earlier this week. Just doing a look with them. I was going to do a 3 looks 1 palette. I think one of you said to do a 3 looks 1 palette with this one. So potentially, I don't know if anyone really wants to see that. It is so bright and so fun and colorful. This is the Gal on Venus, and this was launched back in December, and I was not going to pick this up, but I'm so glad that I did. Oh my gosh, I will talk more about this in my video where I rank all the palettes that I used in May, because I have thoughts on this, and then you'll see like where I rank it because it's super, super cute. And then we have the Let's Get Nude as well. This is their newest palette, and I really wanted to try this after I saw the swatches. At first I was like, I don't need another nude palette, so I just have a bunch of nude palettes. but something came over me and I bought it. So it was just that inner voice that I have listened to the last couple of months, which I really need to shut up now because I don't want to buy anything else. So that's everything I bought in May, which is a huge amount and certainly not something that I want to replicate in June. I have not ordered anything so far, and to my knowledge, nothing is coming in June. So fingers crossed, because I kind of feel like I don't need to buy anything right now. So that was a lot of makeup that I brought in. Let's get into some other stuff, right? Okay, let's get into makeup that I finished. So I did finish the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. This is in my project pan, so I'll speak about it a little bit more in my project pan update, which most likely will be next week. I'm not entirely sure when I'm posting that, but this one, rolled it in. I'm so glad I finished it. Stopper's out, it's got windowing. Yeah, it's just kind of messy and it got really dry, so that one's out. These two items I spoke about in my empties, so I'll be quick. The Prep and Perfect as well. You saw in my last project pan update, I finished that, so I finished 2 makeup items this month. So 2 makeup items versus the thousands that I bought. Yeah, it doesn't compute. Something's not working. All right, I don't really want to show you my eyeshadow pans. I have 3 eyeshadow pans. I did go like 3 weeks during this month and I had not hit a pan at all. And I had all this makeup coming in and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get to the end of May and I'm not gonna have an eyeshadow pan. But thankfully this last week, I did actually hit 3 eyeshadow pans, but they're all spoilers. So I will tell you which palettes they are in, but I don't want to show you the pans until you see the update. I know that's kind of cheating, but I just don't want to spoil it for everybody. Not everyone sees this monthly wrap up, right? So I'm sorry. Anyway, so my pan palette for this year has been the Stone Vibes from Urban Decay, and I did hit another pan in this palette. So that is really, really exciting. Let me know in the comments which pan you think I hit, if you have any interest. If you don't, it doesn't matter. But it's definitely a shade that I think a couple months ago I was like, I'm never gonna hit pan in this, and then this last month I just went all in, and I was like, it's definitely there. There's definitely gonna be a dip, and I hit pan in one of them. So super, super excited. But I don't want to break the news. I don't want to show you. Another palette that I hit pan on is my Project Level Up. This is the Equalizer Volume 2 from Sample Beauty. This one, I don't mind showing you because I still have 3 more pans that I have to hit in this one. So this is my Level 4 palette. I have to use every shade 4 times and hit 4 pans. And I have definitely hit 1 pan. And this one shade obviously can be rolled out. So this is what the palette's looking like, and I hit pan in Angel. And if you saw my last update, you saw that I already had a significant dip in it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the next one I'm gonna hit pan on. Everything else I'm still using and abusing. This one I already had a pan in. So far I have 2 pans in this palette, but I still need to hit 3 more and still use all of the shades. So yeah, quite a lot to do there, but I'm so excited. And then I did hit pan in one of my Panless eyeshadows, and I don't want to show you what it is. So you'll just have to wait and see. But I have 3 pans that I hit in the month of May, which is still really, really good. But I remember some months when I was like, I hit 5 pans this month. And yeah, I had an American accent then. And, I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. Some months are slower than others. It is fine. I was playing with a lot of makeup this month. Okay, so I do have a few makeup looks that I really enjoyed this month. None of them really truly stood out to me though, but I will put up on the screen just a few of them. I couldn't really tell you what they are right now. I think there's one green one where I had like a pop of, I don't know, whatever, green. And then I had a few red looks as well, or just like pinky looks. I've done some purple looks as well. Maybe I guess they're all spring looks. I don't know. I wasn't really trying to do anything this month with my looks. I was just playing with my makeup, and some looks I liked more than others. So I'll put up on the screen some of my favorite ones just from what I've captured, but I definitely didn't capture all of my looks this month. All right, moving on to favorite items. Every month I have talked about maybe 1 or 2 or 5 favorite items that I've used this month, and sadly I don't feel like I have a favorite item this month that I can really say, oh, I love this item. There's just like been a lot of new items that I have tested out, new eyeshadow that I have played around with, and as much as I did love the Gloss Gods palette, I can't tell you that I absolutely love them, right? They're just not there yet. I just need to play around with them a little bit more. And then some of the NYX items I have enjoyed. The Misha foundation, I tried it only the once, but I did enjoy it. There is just nothing that I can tell you that's like a true favorite of mine this month, which I think is fine, and it's just me being honest. So I kind of want to keep being honest with you. There just nothing has really stood out to me this month, and that's fine. Obviously, all of my previous favorite items are still favorites of mine, so I'm still really enjoying them if I still have them and stuff, but in terms of new ones, there isn't anything to talk about this month. Okay, let's talk through some stats. So last month I added this in the video and some of you really liked it, so I'm just going to do the same sort of stats because I haven't checked any others. So in terms of my total pans, this is total pans of my whole collection. I currently have 81. I do think this is lower than what I had by the time, like, it was the end of 2023, because I really did declutter a lot of palettes with pans in them, unfortunately. So, but I think 81 is still a lot of pans to have in your eyeshadow palette collection. And that is a bump up obviously from last month. In terms of the eyeshadow that I've used the most, now this is up until the end of April, which I kind of explained the last update, because I have not added my numbers for my Pan That palette yet because I haven't filmed that video. So I still obviously am going to use it until I film the video, which is going to be in the next few days, right? So I haven't counted any of my main numbers in the total uses, as it were. However, it's still gonna be the Urban Decay. This had 3 of my most used eyeshadows for this year so far, and it still does, which makes complete sense. It's my Pan That palette, and it's the 3 shades that are the same. So Good Karma, which is this first one here. Again, I can't show this to you. I just can't show you this palette. I don't know what to do. The first one, Good Karma, I have used that a total, what does it say? 43 times this year. And then we have Antidote, which is this matte down here. And that one I've used 21 times so far this year. And then the third eye shade, which is the last shade in the palette, another sort of satiny matte. That one I've used 19 times. So those are my total uses, like the highest uses in terms of using eyeshadow, all from this palette, which makes sense. Next up, the 3 palettes that I've used the most are actually the same 3 palettes as last time. However, the order has shifted. So number 1 is the Stone Vibes. I have used this 141 times this year so far. It is my Pan That palette. It makes sense. And then my Project Level Up, Level 3 was the Artemis from Alter Ego. Last month, this was my 3rd highest used palette. This time, it is my 2nd. I have used this 114 times so far this year. Makes sense. I had to hit pan in 3 shades and use every single shade 3 times. So yeah, crappy amount of use on that. And then my 3rd palette is still the Norvina. This was my Project Level 2 palette before I rolled in the Artemis. So I did put in some use in like January, February time where I had this palette, and it's still at 38 uses because I haven't gone back into it. So it's the same uses as I had in my last update. I'm expecting though this next month that this one will fall. It will no longer be in my top 3, and most likely Sample Beauty Equalizer Volume 2, which is my Project Level 4, will be there, unless for some reason I've used another palette more. I have used the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde a few times more, maybe the Jackie Aina a few times more this month as well. So again, I haven't added those numbers in. This would be exciting. For me, I find this stuff exciting. It's probably not exciting for you. Okay, and then the palette that has the most pans in my whole collection at the moment is my Pan That palette, the Stone Vibes. This one last month was 7 pans, but now I have 8 pans in here, but I can't show you, so you're just gonna have to wait and see. Maybe by my next update, my next Pan That palette update, I'll have another pan. Maybe, that would be exciting. Okay, and then finally my pan percentage has gone down because I did buy all of those palettes. I bought 4 new palettes this month, so I did add them all into my spreadsheet. So my total pans that I need to hit has expanded, and I only gained 3 extra new pans that I hit this month. And they didn't really work out. So my pan percentage is still in the 7s. It's 7.43. Last month, I think it was 7.55 or something like that. So it hasn't gone down a massive amount, but I expected it to go down. I'm hoping in June, if I don't buy any more eyeshadow palettes, then that would be good, that I can just like raise it up a little bit and get more pans. But anyway, that's everything in terms of stats. I think let's just get on to music and movies and whatnot and end the video, because these videos are very, very long. And as much as I like to sit here and talk to you, I do have to go and be with my family at some point today. So, all right, so I watched 7 movies this month, and one of them was a rewatch. Actually, no, 2 of them are rewatches of mine. So I'm still gonna count them. I still put them in another box. So anyway, I did mention, I think when I filmed, I shot my stash because I was watching it the other day. I was just like checking it. And I mentioned Dune, if anyone's seen the new Dune movie. So we ended up being able to get a copy of Dune Part 2, but I forgot what happened in Part 1, and that one is on Netflix. So we were like, fine, let's watch it. So we watched Dune Part 1, and then we watched Dune Part 2. I think we watched them back to back. It was quite a fun night. I mean, fun, not really, because it was very draining at the end of the night, but we ended up doing that. I liked Dune, but I didn't remember really liking it. But after rewatching it, I gave it a 5 star. I thought it was really well done. I thought it was really good. And then I think it was easy to give it 5 stars comparing it to Part 2, because I think Part 2 wasn't as good. So I gave Part 2 4 stars. It wasn't terrible, but I just found that it dragged a little bit, and well, maybe quite a bit. And I don't know. I mean, I haven't read the book or the books, so I don't know where the story goes, but I felt like there was a lot in that. It was a lot of filler. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but there was a lot of filler, not enough of the sort of bad guy at the end as well, like this really weird, creepy, bold guy. Oh my goodness, and he's that like Austin Butler. He looks nothing like him. Oh my gosh, what's he done to himself? But I liked it. I just didn't think it was as good as the first movie, because I actually, when we watched the first movie, I was like, oh, this is actually really good. So watch that. I watched Mother of the Bride, which is also on Netflix. I gave that 1/2 star. So not even a full star out of 5. I gave it a 1/2 star. I thought it'd be Father of the Bride, where obviously it follows the mother instead, but it'd be silly and corny, and because I loved Father of the Bride, Steve Martin, yeah, I love that. But Mother of the Bride, terrible. It was terrible, and they were just like, the movie was constantly trying to fix her up with this younger guy, and it was just all about her reconnecting with her ex, who she hadn't seen in over 20 years, and then he proposes. Like, I'm sorry, but I've just like ruined the movie for you, but it's not a good movie, so don't watch it. Okay, and then we watched Abigail. So this is a kind of a silly horror movie. I wouldn't recommend it. I did give it 2 out of 5 stars because I guess it can be entertaining, but very predictable. And it's not a movie that I would really want to watch again. It's just like, it's a one and done. Okay, fair enough, that's what you want to do. It's not doing anything unique or interesting, in my opinion. So just about vampires and people getting what they deserve, or not necessarily, I don't even know. I didn't like it. Okay, then I watched The Idea of You. This is with Anne Hathaway, and I don't know the guy's name, but apparently he's quite famous, or he's quite well known in the TikTok realm. I think people fancy him, I don't know. This is about a woman who's 40, and she ends up having a relationship with a guy who's like 23 or 24, and he is in a very famous band. Now, I watched this, and then after watching it, I read up about it, and I read that it's basically a fanfic of a Harry Styles story, of somebody who wrote a romance about Harry Styles and how they would like seduce him and stuff. And it was like, it's like based off of that, and was made into a movie. So whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it's basically just a bunch of women thirsting over this young guy. You know, I didn't think the movie was that bad. I mean, I gave it a 2 out of 5. I think it was well done in the fact that it wasn't too cringy, but it also didn't do anything unique. It wasn't very funny, it wasn't interesting, and it just took itself too seriously. I think at the end of the day, I would have way preferred a movie where if that happened, it'd be more of a comedy, and it just wasn't a comedy. It was too serious. Okay, then I rewatched Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf. And I don't know why I rewatched this. I saw it on Netflix and I was like, fine, I'll rewatch it. I just was in the zone to rewatch something, and I gave this a 2.5 out of 5. It's fine. I know it was originally a remake. I watched this back in the day when it first came out. I don't really have anything to say about it. It's just a teenager-y kind of movie. I mean, that's just what it is, so entertaining. Okay, and then the last movie we watched was last night, and we watched Atlas with Jennifer Lopez. And you know, I don't want to be like everyone else who is jumping on the train of trying to bash a woman who is obviously going through some stuff, and it's honestly none of my business at all about anything about her personal life or whatnot. So I just see so many videos basically just bashing her to a crazy extent, and this is still a human being, and what has she really done ultimately? Like, maybe she's unlikable, but she hasn't done anything nasty. Like, I mean, she's just not somebody that you need to make a million videos about, right? I just think everyone's doing it because they want to get the views. So I don't care. I don't care what's going on with her and her personal life, but this movie was really, really bad, and I wanted to like it, and I was like, oh, do you want to watch a movie? And he's like, well, I'm talking to my partner, he's like, well, what do you want to watch? I was like, do you want to watch the new Jennifer Lopez movie? He's like, oh, Atlas, okay, fine, sure, because obviously it's like action, it's sci-fi and all that stuff, so that's why he was like, okay, fine, yeah, I'll watch it. But at the end of the day, it was just a really, really bad movie, and I gave it a half star. It was just really, really bad, and I wanted to at least like it somewhat and maybe give it a 2-star, but yeah, I don't know. I think people just need to get over, like, stop talking about her, just let her live her life. If she flops, she flops, whatever. We should just judge her on the stuff that she produces, maybe not her personal stuff. Anyway, so those are all the movies that I watched this month, which sounds like a lot actually. I didn't realize I watched so much. In terms of music, all right, I just had to look because for some reason on Spotify, on my phone or on my tablet, it never shows me. So I always have to go on the desktop app to see like kind of top artists of the month and things like that. So if you've been watching for a few months, I've been saying the same people over and over again. There are a couple of new people on here, but the same one that I have been listening to over and over and over and over and over again is Nowa. I am obsessed with this man. I was looking at his tour dates and he's not coming to Portugal, so I am so upset, and I was thinking, oh well, maybe I'll go to Germany and I'll go watch him in Germany in August, but no, that's not gonna happen. That is just not so he was my top tracks of this month as well. He was all top 4, you know, on the screen, and definitely the artist that I listen to the most. But I also listened to Zayn, so he did come out with his new album and I was curious, so I listened to it, did not like it, so I don't even know if I even finished all the songs, but I listened to a few of his songs. Then I listened to Alex Warren quite a bit. He's the one, is he the one that has that, no, maybe not, I can't remember who he is. I honestly couldn't remember who he is. Is he the one on TikTok? I don't know. There's like this song that's on TikTok and it's like always on, and whatever, I don't know. I've been really trying hard not to be on TikTok. I actually have hardly gone on TikTok this month versus the previous month. So I know I speak about it a lot, but actually I have been pretty good about not going on it so much because it does drain your life away. The 4th artist that I listened to was Zach Bryan. I couldn't even tell you who these people are, but that's what was on my Spotify, so whatever. Let me know if there's any music that you have discovered that you think I might like, because I'm always trying to find new artists. Spotify does a really good job of giving me music that I've already listened to listen to again, you know, like that DJ little mode. It just kind of like, oh, here's music that you'll like based on music that you listen to. And it is, yeah, music that I like, but it's not like new music. So I'm finding it hard to discover new music that is not super mainstream. And although I did find 2 people on YouTube last night that was very interesting, so I might start listening to them this month, but stay tuned. Anyway, that is the video. Thank you so much. I think in total, like, May was a good month. Was it a good month? It was a good month, but I bought an awful lot of makeup. I didn't spend that much money, thankfully. However, quantity is not better than quality. I do realize that, and I obviously got some duds with the eyeshadow palette from Romand and things like that. Although I think everything else I've liked, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, definitely gonna try not to buy as much or anything in June. I'm gonna try to do a low buy / no buy in June, just to you know, kind of like give myself a little bit of a break, and also want to enjoy the new items that I've just purchased, because if you continuously buy new items, and I'm telling myself this too, then you're never going to spend the time that you need to enjoy the makeup that you already have. And that has always been my thing. I've always wanted to enjoy the makeup that I have, regardless of the amount of makeup I have. So long as I spend time using it, then that always makes sense to me. So now that I have all this makeup, I need to spend time using it and not just keep filling my drawers and stuffing them and things like that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!